Hello, ladies and gents, and we're doing another challenge today. Today's challenge is Fisherman. Catch different water animal species. You have 4 days to do it. We are looking for piranha, bass, arowana, stingray, angelfish, discus fish, red crab, mystery snail, prawn. Okay, prawn, the only place I know where that is at is Anaconda Island. Snails you can get everywhere. Blah, blah, little fish, little fish. Pretty sure those are by the. I know that they're by the abandoned village. Stingrays also by the abandoned village. Arowana, um, Anaconda Island would be a good spot for those as well. Those are a abandoned fishing village. So, where are we? Uh, don't know, but you guys will help. Ah, fishing. Not a fan of fishing in this game. Let's see. All right, get some stuff stocked up. All right. All right. Poop. Don't think I need poop right now. There's a crab. There's a crab. Okay, there's bamboo. Just kind of walk for a bit, figure out where I am. Oh. That is Anaconda Island. So there's discus fish, arowana. Okay. Oh shit. Haven't gotten any sticks yet. Yeah. Can use this to cut down some bamboo. So let's see. We're in map 2. Oh, I don't have any rope yet. It's always tricky remembering at the beginning of these that I start with nothing. So as I progress, I forget about a lot of the things that I don't have. Like rope and bandages. Alright. I have horrible luck fishing in this game. Let's see. Does it want the fillet? Oh, no, it wants... Oh. Alright. Oh, we did a thing already. Alright, so... Let's go to the island because that will have some of the things that we need. Like you. And maybe you. There's a stone axe up here. You. I have spears. I'd like to make a bow. I need rope. Let's make a bidon so we have water. Right. That can start filling up. Da, 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 da. Want some, at least one bowl. Really don't need to eat this, but ooh, bonus. Let's do that. Uh, okay. And so the prawn trap is over here. All right, so I'm going to add one of these to increase our chances of getting one. Since this is the only place that I know of where I've caught these before, I guess I will probably stick around here until I get one. Let's go back to where um discus fish. I wonder if this mushroom is too big. If that's the case, I would probably need maggots to catch them. Is there any spoiled food laying around here? Hmm. I would like to have a bow and arrow as well. In all the challenges so far, once you get into day 2, you start to get a lot of native spawns and patrols. And I would much rather take them on with a bow than I would spears. These just look like little gobies. Oh, there's the caiman. All right. Put you there. There's a cat spawn on this side. I kind of need to wait until I get a prawn in the trap before I move on anyways, so spend a little bit of time getting some supplies. But, yeah. Need maggots. Probably at least 2. I mean, you have the chance of catching the little fish in the traps, like what's at the fishing pier, but a lot of times you get a mouse. Yes, a lot of times you get a mouse in the fishing trap. No. Um, a lot of times you get like the bass and I don't need to eat you yet. The bass and piranha. Can you harvest this with an axe? Can. Da da da. Larva. I've never fished with larva. I mean, that seems bigger, like you would be using that for piranha or bass as well. But I will take 2 on the off chance that it works. Hello, Cappy. Big rat. If anyone says Cappies are anything but a big rat, then there are some things that they're working through in their own life. Actually, I will take you, frog. So you can spoil and give me my maggots. Turtle. Your shell would be beneficial if this takes more than a couple days. Oh, shit. Like I said, I would rather have it. And, oh. I don't know what that is. Okay, let that spoil too. I could eat it later. Alright. Yeah, so I do need to make a bow. So let's make a bow. Going to put you in that one. And get rid of one of my spears. Not the best one I have. Alright, so you go there. And you go there. And I made a bow, so now I need to make arrows. You're over there. So let's see. Getting back to map 1, there's the bridge. And there is that one little, like, that river falls down into that, like, drop off, and then from there you can get across to the other side. I don't exactly remember where that's at, but it is by a river, so I should just be able to find the river. Okay. I shouldn't have any issues passing out, so I don't think I need the bone. There's always a chance that I step on something, but even if you do get bit by a snake, the biggest thing is just preventing yourself from passing out, and having lots of water on you. So I'm not super worried about that. Yeah, I hope I remember how to get to the... I think once I get back to map 1, it should be relatively straightforward. There's basically just 2 spots I need to go. The pier and the abandoned village. Alright, where was I when I saw the little fish? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Either I still need maggots, I think, to get them. There aren't any fishing traps here. In my experience, the fishing traps, like what's at the pier, is the easiest way to catch the little fish. Mainly because I never tried to get the little fish. Um, but that's been the scenario where I have gotten the most of them. Piranha will be easy to get. Is that a leaf humping that hill? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bounce, 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 bounce. Cayman's over there, just chillaxing. Don't come right at me. That's kind of freaky. Not the smoothest animations for that. Because I've never really watched them swim that much before. I do imagine it would be an absolutely that would be a scary ass situation to find yourself in, trying to swim away from a ooh, I got one. Give me. You ate that mushroom all by yourself. All right, timer's on. I want to make sure I have the recipe to build that. Just in case, because once I do get back to map 1, I do not want to have to come back. Okay. Just gonna crack a couple of these, and then I will drink them in the morning. Okay. It's only 7:40? Jeez. This would definitely be easier if I had the grappling hook. That would make getting back way simpler. But it's all right. It is called a challenge, I suppose. So does kind of suck that most of our first day has been spent just kind of wandering back and forth on the island, but I mean, there's not really anything else I can get here. I guess I could head. Let's see, is there a nut tree here for dry leaf? If I can get dry leaves, I can start the fire, cook the turtle meat. There's one. Cook the turtle meat and get energy. And then we could just head straight back to map 1 now instead of sleeping. Do you have to make a godforsaken fire plow? Which is the most useless item in this. Well, I mean, it serves a purpose, but it's a stupid purpose. It is better than it used to be, though. Before, anytime I would ever try to use it, I would grab it out of my bag, and then it would just, like, launch itself to the opposite corner of the map. Alright. Just a relaxing dinner. You 30? Oh, yeah, 25. That's what I meant. Turtle meat. Will be a little more exciting traveling through the jungle at night, but what could go wrong? Wasn't a lot of energy. And then some macaw meat. A snack. I think in one of the challenges, I ate the food that was at the Jeep. It's like, well, if they're gonna leave it here, I'm gonna put it in my mouth. I missed the river. All right. Actually, I will. No, go ahead and. As I move around the map, I should be able to find some blue mushrooms, so I shouldn't have to worry about actually bringing meat with me. All right, and I'm not coming back here, so that's can just keep burning. Let's see. Oh. Wonder, can I? Well, just gonna bring these with me. My weight. Yeah, I'm heavy. It's all right. All right. Let's see if we could find a river. Oh, I don't remember. Well, I don't normally come this way, so I was gonna say I don't remember ever seeing a spider trap there, but I can't say for sure that I've ever been here. Gonna take these because they're good. Big fish bait. I probably should have brought one of those bones with me. I mean, there are spiders and shit in here. All right. Going to hold this while I walk. There shouldn't be anything that I need to hunt in here. So I shouldn't need turtle. Should be okay to just hold it. That way it can fill up. Let's see, is this the river I want? Hello, Tapia. How are you today, Tapia? I assume your day went better than mine. Let's see. Is that it? So today was one of those days where I just kind of like scratched my head and wondered, like, is this seriously how people are? So I normally come home for lunch every day, so I can let my dogs out, and it's like right in the middle of the day, so that way they only ever have to like spend like 4 hours in the house or whatever without me. I think this is it. Yes. Um, so I came home today and I needed to get my bowling balls out of my truck because I'd left them in there since last week. And you're not supposed to leave them out in the car, especially if it gets cold, because it can actually make them crack. And then you have to buy new ones. Anyways, completely forgotten about it. But so I brought them. I was going to bring them in today. So I backed up to my garage, opened the garage, opened the tailgate. And as I was getting out of my truck, a guy, like probably mid 30s, um, oh, if only that was Flint. Uh, yeah, I think this is where I want to be. So this guy rides by my house on his bike and like loses his shit. And um basically it was something along the lines of fuck you, faggot motherfucker. You and your motherfucking dogs should be killed. Fuck you. It's something along those lines. So I just kind of was like in disbelief because like it was seriously one of those things where you're like, did that? What the fuck just happened? Why are you here? It's still the first day. You know what? I'm not even dealing with you. I'm telling a story. Uh, so I've never talked to this guy before. I have seen him before. He frequently rides his bike by my house, like almost every day. I always just kind of assumed, I've never interacted with him at all, but I just always had an impression that maybe he wasn't quite all there, or that, you know, he was special or whatever you want to call it. So I came in the house and tried to just like kind of forget about it, just assuming that it was, you know, just someone being a dick. But for the life of me, I could not think of why anybody would just randomly scream that at somebody without like obviously there had to be a reason, unless if he had Tourette's. But it was I mean a very specific thing that he said. The interesting choice to use the word that he did, but then to also reference my dogs, meaning that he knows at least enough about me that I have dogs. I never take the dogs out the front of my house. So anyone from the street or from like the front of my house would not know that I had dogs. But I'm just going west at this point because I assume that eventually west is the left side of the map and I'll be able to find something that I recognize from that point. So do I want to go back south? Southwest? All right, maybe. So I had a general idea that like I assumed that he lived relatively close. So I asked my neighbor, I asked her online because she's lived here for like 30 years and knows everybody. I asked her, like, based off of the general description that I gave her, you know, like mid 30 something guy or guy on a bike, uh, slightly overweight, blah blah blah. And I was like, "Do you know who this is? I mean, is it a guy that like lives close by that you know?" And she's like, "Yeah, he lives like, wow, I am overweight already." Um, she's like, "Yeah, he lives like 3 doors down from you." And she told me a few stories. Like he has issues and like he's aggressive and blah blah blah. He lives with his parents. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that he's had similar incidences in the past where he's just like randomly blew up at somebody or just like cussed him out. Um, I was just like, all right, but still, why the fuck would he just like explode at me? Like I'm one of those people that like for the most part, most of my neighbors probably have never seen me in person. Because with the exception of mowing my grass, I never linger around the front of my house where people would actually see me. Um, but there was one very distinctive thing that stuck out about it. Um, I mean, you kind of walked up on me, dude. Uh, I've I've lived in this house. It's either like 6 or 7 years. I think it's 6 years, almost exactly 6 years, because it was like October 1st when I moved in. Um, at the end of that month, so I within my first month of living here, one night when I was at bowling, my house got broken into, and evidently, I mean, my schedule is rather routine. Like Wednesday nights, I go bowling. I'm gone generally like 4 hours. It wouldn't be a stretch for someone to be able to figure out my routine. Um, so anyway, so I got home that night, and I will probably need bandages. Oh God. I got home that night, and I was eating Taco Bell because I needed to burn off my buzz before I went to bed. And so I ate my Taco Bell, and down in my basement, I have a finished basement that has like my woodworking shop in it. So that's where I do all my woodworking and whatnot. And I was building a cabinet for my mom. And so I wanted to sand it and get. Is that the abandoned village log? Oh, this. It's. Whoop, whoop. What is that one song? Like, whoop, whoop, calling the police. Or whatever. I don't know. That's probably not what it is, but I just remember the whoop whoop part. Um, so I went downstairs. You see me? Oh, you. Whoop whoop. Come on. Don't run too far. You have 2 of my arrows. Where are you going? Whoop whoop. Oh, Jesus. Why are you so aggressive? Who pooped in your Cheerios today? Jesus. Um, so I went down the basement to I was gonna sand it and then put another coat of varnish on it or stain. Oh my God. Fuckers are everywhere. Um, And so I went downstairs and I start sanding it. Oh man, why can't you just catch these with your head? Is that retrievable? Fuck. Um, and so I'm sanding it. I was just about to flip it over and I glance up and my basement is a walkout basement. So even though it is underground, but the back end of my house, the terrain is so much lower that you can essentially walk out of the back of my basement directly into my backyard. Sir, could I have my arrow? I cannot afford to leave it behind. Thank you. Um, so I glance up and the sliding glass door that leads to my backyard, the curtain is open, which none of the curtains in my house are ever opened. And the door itself was actually open like 2 feet. And like instantly I got a knot in my throat. And because I knew immediately that either someone had been in my house while I was bowling, or that someone was currently in my house, and that I had gone that long before I noticed it. And so you kind of get that sense of panic of, let's see, I want to take out you first. Oh, is the other guy another archer? You are an archer. Oh, fuck. Bring it. Keep him coming. Oh, you're bleeding out slowly. Nice. Oh, the arrows. This is amazing. It's like Christmas. I don't need a stupid sick. Look at all of my treasures. There's a lot of mushrooms. Let's see. I will take that back. Let's see. Is your bow better than mine? Where's my bow even at? 20%. I'm going to keep my bow because I think the bamboo is prettier. And you are holding onto one of my arrows. Oh, Jesus. I'm going around. I have stuff to do. So I kind of thought that there probably wasn't anyone in the house because my dogs were acting okay. But I I went upstairs and I brought my dogs into my bedroom. Um, I shut and locked the door and I called the police. Um, Told them that someone had broken into the house. The door was open, explained everything to them. They asked me if the person was still in the house. I said, I don't know, but I haven't seen or heard anyone. Um, and uh, Why did I open this? Oh, I thought I had a snail, but I don't. But I will really soon. Snail. Um, so I told her I didn't know if there was anyone in the house, but that I hadn't seen or heard anyone. Um, what's that? Oh, I'll be right with you. There we go. Oh, there are you? Oh, I'm overweight. I know. Just a second, and I can get back to my story. um. All right. Let's see. Oh my god. All right. So put you up there. You over there. No. Hopefully another stingray doesn't come down the river. Nice. All right. Crabby kitty. Oh no! All right. I need to... All right. So I'm underweight now. I don't think I can harvest a cat with an axe. I'm going to take his meat, though, because I might need that for energy. So I'm on the phone with the dispatch lady. I told her that I had locked myself in my room, but that I hadn't seen or heard anyone. So I had no idea if anyone was there. And so she said that that they were just about to have a shift change, and that she would send an officer out as soon as she could. Now, even without knowing if there was anyone still in my house, it took them 57 minutes to get to my house. I live like 5 minutes away from the police station. And this was a Wednesday. It was like Wednesday, probably about 10 o'clock at that point, maybe 9:47. It's a very specific time. um, and it took them that long to get there. It's like, Jesus Christ, good thing no one was in the house. But so they finally get there. And I'm sorry, but this officer was just fucking incompetent. He's After he got there, that was when I had actually like started going through the house to figure out uh, what all had been done. Um, as like if anything was taken, anything was ransacked that I hadn't noticed before then. So they stole a bunch of money and uh, money and guns. They stole my work laptop. Um, kind of. Oh, tore apart my office. Did I? What? Did I throw that spoiled meat out that I said I was going to use for maggots? Because I don't see any maggots. Oh my god. Let's see what the larva bullshit will get me. Can't you? Stole my hook too? Kind of an asshole fish steals a hook. Oh, this isn't going well at all. So I explained to the guy that I never go out that door in my basement. So if he wanted to like dust for fingerprints or something, that would be a good place to do it because mine might be on it, but I mean, it wouldn't be super prevalent because I never use that door. So chances are, if you actually got a hit on it, it would be from whoever actually broke into the house. So, wow, I can't believe he didn't see me. Yeah, I think the larva is too big for the little fish. So yeah, it was a complete joke what he was trying to do. But I mean, whatever, knock yourself out. So nothing ever came of it. But the very distinct thing about that whole encounter is that on the back of my house, they spray painted the word fag on my house. Which is a very specific thing to write in somebody's house if you're going to vandalize it. So the cops took pictures of it. Nothing ever came from any of this. I have no idea if they ever talked to anybody. I don't know how they would ever. I mean, even at the time, I was like, short, like a miracle if this guy's bullshit fingerprint thing actually came back. I mean, it's just no confidence whatsoever that anything positive was going to come from this experience. But yeah, I mean, absolutely nothing happened with it. But that was always something that stuck with me because it's not something that you forget. But for a really long time after that, anytime that I would take my dogs out to go to the restroom, I would go out. Like I had to go out anyways because they were just on leashes and my dogs are too crazy to like just let off a leash to go mad. So I was always out there with them and I just felt so like vulnerable, I guess, when I was out there. So I would take like the brightest flashlight, like a spotlight that I had, and I would take a baseball bat out there with me. Anytime I went outside in the backyard and it was getting dark, that's how I went outside. And so the day after my house gotten broken into, I installed a security system. I they did end up like kicking through the door that leaded that led into the back of my garage. So that's how they got in, just by sheer force of breaking down the door. Um, so I got the door fixed and pretty much like fortified my house to where, I mean, I would survive a zombie apocalypse at this point with how I reinforce the entryways of my home. And then the next thing I did was I built a huge ass privacy fence completely surrounding my backyard. So essentially, like, there are some gates and whatnot in my backyard, but you can't see them from the outside. So there's no like distinguishable markings on them. They look exactly like every other panel. The only difference is that like everything is locked on the inside. So I can open stuff from the inside, but you can't open anything from the outside. That's fine. Um, Lots of times. But I'm really confused about the maggots. I think I just got confused and I saw spoiled meat and I probably just like tossed them out without even thinking about it. I'll have to go back and look. Um, don't really need you other than I'll put you in there. Okay, you're full. Put you out just in case I have to come back. Let's see. Doing all right. Little fish. I don't think I don't think I can get them unless I have maggots. And I really hope that trying to get to the abandoned village is not just like one spawn after another of natives, because that's just going to get annoying. More mushrooms. I'll never have to sleep again. Um, but since that was like, 5 or 6 years ago, I hadn't really thought about it in a long time, which is nice. You shouldn't have to remember or like constantly think about shit like that. Um, so today, after that happened, and I was in my backyard with my dogs out there, um, the that conversation like played itself out again in my head, and like it hit me like a basically like a punch in the gut. But the very specific word that he chose to use today when that guy screamed at me, uh, all of that bullshit from when my house got broken into just like all came back. And I'm not saying that that is the guy that broke into my house, but it is very much so a feeling that I was reminded of because of what that guy said today. And so that pissed me off because it made me remember how I felt when that happened. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. I don't want to have to fight more people. All they do is get in the way. Just, I'm just here to fish. Um, you bobbing your head. You're making it harder to grab the arrow. Now my bow is probably 16, 20. I mean, bamboo bow is prettier, but oh my god. Oh. All right. Arrow. Give me my arrow. There's a spider nearby and it freaks me out. Oh. So let's see. What day is this? Okay, so it's the second day. I know there are angelfish at the pier, but I don't know if I've ever seen discus fish there. Um, oh my god. Stuff is heavy. 20 hours. I don't want to have to make this trip any more than I have to. So, I'm just racking up bodies. So, I'm going to go back to the abandoned village. Question is, do I have time? Like, can I go 20 hours waiting for these to spoil and still be able to get everything done in time? I don't think I can. My prawn, 11 hours. Fuck. Alright, that's not gonna work. And I'm not going back to map 2. So, if I can get a discus fish here, and alright, so I'm gonna build a fish trap. I really need more maggots. If I threw that meat out because I just plain forgot that I was trying to get maggots, then I probably fucked myself. Alright, so I will rinse off. I'm so filthy for no reason. Alright. I don't like this challenge. What? Oh, I haven't gone to the fishing village, or the... Ah. Okay. All right. All right. This needs to be a discus fish. No! Not the right fish. Angelfish we could have got at the pier. Ah. Have you guys seen a corpse? I need a corpse. There's really no good way of finding maggots. It's all just chance. All right. That guy's gonna be there, so we'll cut across this way. There's probably 12 other spawns that have come up where we were. So let's see, where was I with my story? So even after, like, once I got the privacy fence up and my entire backyard was basically blocked from anyone actually even knowing I was back there, let alone, like, whether I had a bat or something. So after that point, I did start to feel at least like I was less exposed. The security system. Just taking the detour. Tired of fighting you guys every 12 seconds. Now, if this was just a regular game, I would love the fact that there are so many spawns. But they're really getting in the way of what I'm trying to do. All right. I hate the fact that you cannot tell where the sounds are coming from. Right? And for the most part, since then, nothing else had happened around. Like I haven't had any issues since that point. So I've never had the opportunity of actually catching any excitement on the fancy new cameras that I installed everywhere. But lately, there's an alley that goes, well, the city calls it an alley. It's essentially a lane. Like, it's not paved or stoned or anything. It's just essentially like two grass, like worn grass from like cars that have driven down it. It doesn't even connect all the way from one side to the other. So it certainly is a stretch to try to call it an alley. But anyway, so uh, four of us that live on the side of the alley that actually connects to the main street, we want to get it closed because there's no through traffic, but there are kids and people that live all the way on the other side that could very easily just go out like a different way. They don't have to come out the way that by our house is. So we're trying to close it so people stop like flying down there at like 30 miles an hour. Um, and like cars will just like sneak back there and like they'll do drugs from their car. This makes my neighborhood sound like shit. It really isn't, I swear. But anyway, so uh, the four of us wanted to get the alley closed, like just have the city vacate it and get rid of it. And there are a couple neighbors along the path further down that are like adamantly opposed to it. Um, I don't even necessarily know. Please be a discus. Oh my God, you are. Oh, Piranha and Peak, I can do that. Piranha are stupid. They'll come right to me. Yee, pitchy, pitchy, pitchy. Um, oh, where are your friends? Yeah. Um, and so I was talking to my neighbor that's lived here forever, asking her, like, I kind of gave her the description of the guy and said I recognize him, so I'm pretty sure that he lives close by, but just wondering if you know like exactly where he lives. And she did recognize him. Uh, like she didn't know his name, but she knew what house he lived in. And so from there, I did my normal internet hackery, uh, and I figured out that he's a 35-year-old unemployed man who lives with his parents 3 doors down from where I live. He got a DUI 2 years ago, and that was like his third one, so he's not getting his license back anytime soon, which is why he's always riding his bike. Um, so I knew who he was. Oh shit, we're about to complete a challenge. I'm in the middle of a story though. So essentially, I had to make the decision today. Do I report it or how do I handle this? Do I report it and have the cops go down there and then all of this like get even worse because then he knows that I reported him and it just turns into this complete and utter shit show? At the same time though, if I don't report it and it does escalate and then the next thing I know, he's throwing like rat poison steaks over my fence and trying to fuck with my dogs or whatever, at that point it looks really bad on my part if this happened and I didn't say anything and then something else happens like that. And I don't know how I would accept that, like, or deal with that. So what I decided to do is I sent his mom a Facebook message today. I basically know everything there is to know about this woman now, once I figured out who she was. So by figuring out, like going through her Facebook page, I can say that we have more in common than we have apart. So I reached out to her And I basically said, uh, "You don't know me, but I live 3 doors down from you. Um, Today, I had an interaction with your son. This is what he said." I didn't go word for word, but I highlighted the points of concern. Made it aware that there was definitely a line that was crossed, and that I don't know why he did what he did, but I was making the decision that I am reaching out to you to make you aware that this happened, and I am asking you to talk with him to ensure that this does not happen again. I have not reported this at this time. Out of respect, I wanted to send this note to you before I took any additional steps if needed. I thanked her for her time and I said goodbye. Now, with Facebook Messenger, if you're not someone's friend, it just shows up as like a message request, which isn't all that intuitive sometimes. It's not always easy to tell. Like, you don't always get a notification. So it could take, several days before she actually realizes that that message is even there. And so there will be like a degree of patience that I have to have for this. Um, but there's essentially a few different things that could happen. She could see it and just like completely ignore it and not engage in the conversation whatsoever. I think that is the least likely. Um, from what I have learned of her, I do not think that that is really a possibility. I don't. Um, so the positive reaction would be that essentially she would be like, "Well, this is fucked up. Uh, Obviously, I understand that this is not something that should be screamed across the neighborhood at a neighbor 3 doors down, and that they will deal with it internally within their own family, however they see fit. All right, thank you." The other one is that she completely flips her shit and like comes at me and escalates this into something more aggressive and feral than it is currently. I honestly don't care which of those, the positive or the negative. I personally don't care which outcome, which happens. Because either way, it's going to work in my favor. Because if she freaks out and she goes uh, just off the rails, then I can turn around and report this to the police, show my message that I reached out to her in a very respectful, politeful way, and I tried to address this just between us. This is the incredibly angry and hateful response that I got in return. So I am bringing this to your attention, Mr. Police Officer, that this is a thing and that I want it documented. So if anything were to happen, then this is on file. Part of me really thinks that that's probably how this is going to go. Um, I can tell that the mother can be hot headed, and I think it's really going to depend on what type of mood she is in when she discovers this message in her inbox. But and I know it seems really weird to basically be like, "Oh, well, you fucked up. I'm telling your mom." I'm well aware of how that looks. um, and it is a very strange situation that I normally would not see myself in. But despite the fact that this is an adult, grown man, he does live with his parents, and the father does not have a social media presence online, and the mother does. So I am giving her the opportunity to address this before I do. So we'll see. Uh, I'm yeah, I'm curious. At any rate, it does piss me off because I don't trust leaving my dogs out in my backyard for at least a bit. Um, if she has, like, say there's something actually wrong with this guy, like he's not all there, and she confronts him to do her part to try to like make it better so she doesn't have to deal with another knock on the door from the police department. What's to say that if he's not all there, he doesn't just like fly off the rails again and then do something else, like try to like break through my fence or throw shit at my house or do something to my dogs. So I think for the foreseeable future, I'm gonna keep the dogs in the house when I'm not here, and I'm moving some of my cameras from inside the house to the outside just to watch areas that I currently don't have coverage on because I never previously had to worry about it. And we'll just see how it goes. But so yeah, that's how my day went. And quite frankly, that was probably the most interesting thing that I could have talked about in this particular challenge because fishing is stupid and I don't like it. But at the same time, talking about my bullshit day actually did kind of help. So thank you guys. Oh my god. All that suspense. No. Oh my god, I spent all that time bullshitting and I lost my oh my god. What do I do? That is such a kick in the dick. Oh, no, I'm too heavy. Oh my god. I cannot believe that. I mean, it's kind of funny. Kinda. Alright, alright. Alright, we are going to hightail it back to Anaconda Island. I don't have a fire here. Alright. Like, ah. All I wanted was to finish my story and it bit me in the ass. That's alright. At this point, if I... Oh. So the weird thing, I don't have any regular food? That's weird. I guess I do. So it is weird that it didn't spoil until I actually opened my bag. That makes me think that as long as you don't open your bag when stuff spoils, then the game doesn't recognize that it spoils. Like it remembers that the last time the bag was open, it was fine. Which is a interesting approach. I mean, it's an approach to it. For the most part, it probably works out well to do it that way. But in instances like this, you can see that there are some drawbacks to it. So, like even like right now, if I have items that are close to spoiling, if I just don't open my bag, the game probably isn't going to recognize that they spoiled as opposed to just being raw. Even then, like, I probably would have, if that fish would have fit in my bag, it probably would have completed the challenge. But it was only because the fish didn't fit that I had to open my bag, and that's what caused the prawn to spoil. It's fascinating. All right. Wait. Well, is this where I want to go? No. I mean, if I had the grappling, I think I want to go this way. As long as all these bastards stay dead, then it's fine.
Thirsty.
Are you? I'm sorry. So rude of me. So I'm sure at some point people are gonna ask, well, why? Dude, where are you that you're so loud? I have no idea. Like, just go away. All right. So essentially, I need to go around this big ass mountain and go all the way up to the bamboo bridge, and then come all the way, go down to Anaconda Island, and fish out a succulent crawdad. Is like, that's where my life is right now. Is I'm traveling across a jungle to get a crawdad, which is what it is. They want to call it a prawn because it makes it sound fancier, maybe, but the fucking crawdad. Okay, I heard a Brazil nut. You. Oh. I could hear that there was a spider close by, but that was not the direction it was coming from. Guess I don't actually. Ooh, yummy. Well, good. That means I won't have to open my bag again to eat the other ones. So, oh, I've already been here. To the question of why didn't I walk down there and talk to her in person, since some people might find a message online as being like intrusive, and I totally get that. But what I do know is that there are 3 people that live at that house. One of them has already shown their temperament to me. I can tell from the online personality that the mother. Oh. What? I. Where are you? You're stuck somewhere, aren't you? Um. I did not want to get into a screaming match with a 60-year-old woman, her 63-year-old husband, and their 35-year-old dipshit child. Oh, we're down there. Uh, there's another spider nearby. So even though my approach of an online communication might be perceived as intrusive to her privacy or whatever you want to call it, there was less risk to it to me to go about it that way. So and that's exactly what I would tell a police officer or a judge if it is ever questioned why I made the decision that I did. So now it's just waiting. I will be able to tell when she if she reads it, I'll see on the message that I sent to her that it was read. So at least I know. I'll know when she reads it, and then. Oh God! You fucker! Ah. Do I still have that bone? I do not. I don't have any water. All right. I don't even have like a tobacco bandage. I think I need to go get down there, but oh. I wonder if I can't do it. All right. So it's not really anything I can do other than to keep going. I can at least keep from passing out. The poison won't kill me. Oh. There's another snake there. Oh God. No. Oh God. Okay. So. You fucking kidding me? How is that a thing? That's not even something that exists in story mode in PCVR.
Thirsty.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. You are thirsty. I have no idea where there's bamboo at. Oh,
No, bad idea.
hmm. Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh,
Um. Oh, bamboo. How much rope do I? Enough. Okay. Please don't fall directly towards our camp. So many people singing in this jungle. I swear to God, if you fall off this bridge, I will murder. You piece of shit. Oh my God. This is going to take away so much more than I wanted to invest in this. I'm going to eat these as well, and this will probably be the last time I open my bag. What a pain in the ass this is. Let's see, I need rope. So, moral of the story for this challenge, once you leave Anaconda Island, make sure you never have to go back. Oh, I'm pulling rope. Yeah. So, how were your guys' days? Hope it was good. Luckily, I do have a pretty high tolerance of people's bullshit. But, wow. I mean, my water source dried up. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh my God. You are losing energy fast. Oh good, at least those came back. Alright. You guys. Actually, I'm... Even if I do pass out, I'm okay with worms. They don't really do anything. Oh, God. So, yeah. Not gonna make it. Just don't pass out on the bridge. I
I'm
don't.
thirsty.
It's a good place to pass out. Just accept it. Good morning. Oh God.
I need to rest.
Okay, I don't think there's any critters in there. Anyone know the fastest way to get to Anaconda Island from here? Because I don't. I don't want to run because that'll drain my energy faster. So we're just gonna gracefully walk. Oh my God. I might actually die of dehydration. I have never seen that bar empty before. How am I alive? At what point do you die of dehydration? Oh.
Oh, oh God.
Hey,
Blah.
take your poison, Jake. All right. All right, so I'm not gonna die of dehydration now. Doesn't make it any easier on accomplishing the goal. There's a spider nearby. Really? A leech? You think I'd care about a leech? There you are. These don't even give me energy. I mean, it can't be that hard to find a big-ass island. Alright. Getting there. Alright. Oh, I'm in a bad spot. So, if I figure out anything with the story and the neighbors and whatnot, I will let you guys know how that plays out. But thanks for listening to that. I think it actually did kind of help to talk about it. Ah, what a stupid challenge, but a great therapy session though. So now you know a little bit more about my exciting life. So yeah. So no real tips on the challenge other than what a pain in the ass they made it to get back to Anaconda Island. And when I was doing the hunter challenge, I noticed when I did go to the Jeep that the grappling hook wasn't even there. So I think that it is totally intentional that they mean for you to have to rebuild the bridge in order to get back. So definitely do not leave map 2 until you are for sure certain that you are never going to have to come back. So thank you for watching, guys. That was by far my least favorite challenge thus far. But hey, it's good talking to you for the last hour. So Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm sure I will be back with more challenges in the near future, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. If you like videos like this, please subscribe. And if there's anything else I can do for you, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.